5 seconds remaining. DC's turn to ban. DC's turn to ban. Dire team ban.
I am indeed. We've been covering a couple of the DC and complexity games earlier in the Dota Pit qualifiers.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm going to say, I mean, it was DC ended up taking all the way against the Mortals. They ended up taking it to 3 games in the end against them. Complexity ended up losing 2-0 to Optic Gaming.
Dire team
what we've seen, I mean, Optic Gaming are the dominant team, but I mean, basing it off these games alone, which you can't really do to a degree, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'd say we're going to have a hell of a game right now. It is, yeah. No, yeah. I think it actually is. It's got that clown emote, yeah.
Dire team DC's
Earth Shaker. I speak for the trees.
So they ended up picking Nick Assassin, I think, in the first 2 games against Immortals. DC played, so no worries there with them picking that one. Puck as well, they have played in the past, and again, one of those heroes that you can kind of run very flexibly, most likely going to be in the mid lane, but you can see off-lane Puck every now and then. But I'm more interested by complexity because they've gone with the Nature's Prophet. You know, that's one of those heroes that does have that global presence you need to be worried about. I mean, you said it yourself, you need to be making sure you're keeping an eye on the minimap and whatnot for these kills. It was my nightmare yesterday. Just all sorts. It was the worst when we had cancel players because, oh boy, he was hitting sunstrikes all over the place.
Seconds remaining. DC's turn to ban.
Yeah, they do not like to see the Viper. I mean,
Dire team pick.
As far as I'm aware, they haven't ran it in their previous games, so a bit of an unusual one. But they just kind of basically clear out any heroes that might give them any potential problems.
Yeah,
so
like
I'm assuming.
Basically, DC's banning heroes that lane mid lane that are difficult to kill. If they put Puck mid, that makes a lot of sense, because Puck ideally would be able to abuse other heroes. Maybe they're hoping that Abed will just be able to outplay and punish those people while they leave Mason solo. I think that's the kind of thing that they need. Maybe it's a big core of them winning is winning their mid lane. Especially because if the hero's tanky in the mid lane and they've got Prophet TPing all over the place, it's going to be a pain to get those kills off successfully. That's my thought at least. Yeah. Winter Wyvern flying sideways. Oh wait, she's dancing, I think. Okay, one to the left, one to the right, and then she looks dead in the eyes. I've never been so looked in the eyes before. It's like creepy, dude.
It is slightly. She's gonna do it again though.
5 seconds.
I'm not used to it either. Some people, you know, sometimes you get a co-caster, right, and you're on camera and they will stare deep into your soul. It's a little bit unnerving.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Thankfully, this is an online cast, so I can't do it for you. You can't do it for me. We gotta.
I'm not even wearing clothes. I'm in the dark.
We're in
a
safety.
Nothing's awkward here.
Yeah, we're in the safety of our homes, our little nests, where we can just cast some NA dotes. But yeah, they complexity going out with the Warlock again, which is intriguing because it's the second time I've seen Warlock so far, and a bit of a situational pickup here. I mean, like you said in the previous game, it was mainly picked because, I guess, you know, the upheaval, the movement disruption, but you know, Warlock's,
I said that, but I was wrong.
Warlock's an incredible hero. Yeah, you know, the upheaval, you saw, how many times did PPD get off those 4-man upheavals in the...
There was one really good upheaval fight the whole game.
Sorry, the Chaos Offering is what I meant.
Yeah, Chaos Offering is definitely going to be... the Warlock, that game was more about, like, team fight and the lane presence that it gave, which was in Legion Commander do amazing things, so... Pretty cool. Maybe we'll see a similar thing, but right now I'm not really seeing a huge amount of comboing with the Warlock.
DC's
the team fight strength and the laning prowess. That's going to combo. So Death Prophet, keep her alive, She can deal a lot of damage, drop rock to help her win team stuff. Yeah, good pick here. Not very vulnerable. The Winter Wyvern won't really you won't kill your allies if Winter Wyvern ulties you next to a Death Prophet.
10
so
seconds
it's a good pick,
remaining.
good at pushing too. I kind of like Complexity's draft really looks a lot more cohesive.
5 seconds remaining.
Getting into the remnants here of the initial time, but they still got 2 minutes reserve time. DC to make their next pick here. They come out with the Earthshaker a little bit earlier on. I mean, in terms of picks, DC, what do they like to run? That's the question.
I don't know that dude. I don't watch that many programs.
I'm trying to think. Don't worry, Purge. It was like a rhetorical question, you know. I'm speaking to myself, but they're
missing a carry. They're missing a potential offlane hero, and ideally, I think they need more wave clear. Maybe they're okay wave clear
what
right
about
now, but I'm looking for
Monkey King.
I mean, they pick it a lot. I don't know if I would want to play it against Death Prophet, though. I feel like it's not good.
What's the reasoning behind it?
You Spirit Siphon a Monkey King, and he can't leap until he runs out of range.
Right.
Spirit Siphon, so lots of ways that he can just be out-damaged in team fights, I think.
Yeah, it's an interesting figure. I mean, you want something that I guess that can disrupt that. They got to be careful of the global presence of the Nature's Prophet, but I mean, it's a hard ask. In a lot of these games, it was DC. Their carries end up just sort of counter picks, from what I found at least. You know, in the previous game they picked up the Clinks, mainly because they were up against a Sven. They wanted something to sort of mitigate the Warcry. In another game they picked a Razor against a Bristleback, but here, I mean, what do they have to sort of deal with this Death Prophet?
I mean, Puck hypothetically could go mid. So I'm not sure what the matchup is like. It's probably Death Prophet favored, but maybe not by a huge amount. I'm not sure. They already picked, I mean, they banned out the other tanky heroes that would lane good against her.
Right.
I think Lena's maybe okay, but I don't think you want to play a Lena against a Prophet or Shaker. I feel like those heroes would be able to pressure her well. I'm really not sure. I don't play enough mid heroes, I think.
I mean, for one, DC as well, the heroes they pick so far, the thing that screams out to me is how squishy they are. And they do pick the Monkey King, so I mean, they like to play it, but I mean, Purge, you were like, oh, no, Spirit Siphon, can't be running it into that.
I could definitely be wrong here, but I feel like Monkey King can be dealt with. He's definitely good at clearing waves with both Boundless Strike as well as Redance. So
10 seconds
Boundless
remaining.
Strike's the leap. What's the no? Boundless Strike's the first one.
I will definitely
5
look it up
seconds
now.
remaining.
So it
It's good. The ultimate is strong, but there's just a lot of damage. I guess a lot of Death Prophet is, I mean, there's physical and magic from her, but at least you get armor from the Monkey. Maybe it works out. Not sure, we'll see. I think he can lane against her not bad, because Death Prophet is a bit of a trading hero, and Monkey obviously trades better than most heroes, so maybe he works fine there. Oh, we'll see.
Yeah, interesting. But what would they be missing now then, I suppose?
DC's turn to ban.
Offlane,
Offlane, technically.
Yeah. That's another tricky one, because they just run all sorts of stuff. They ran Enigma in one game. That was a fun game. Multiple black holes getting off and whatnot. Game
Yeah,
they won
I
actually
caught that
against
one.
Immortal. Fun one, but
I think I like the
10
idea
seconds
of
remaining.
maybe a Bloodseeker. I feel like Bloodseeker is pretty good against
5
Death Prophet
seconds
himself,
remaining.
but maybe I'm wrong.
yeah.
Maybe it's also a bad Bloodseeker game. I think it's pretty good. They have pretty weak lockdown. It's basically just Sprout, Upheaval, Spirit Siphon, Slow, and Earthshaker stuff. So I feel like a Bloodseeker can do a lot this game. But maybe not. Maybe it doesn't. Like, the hero matches up well against them, but I'm not sure if it matches up for playstyle lanes, stuff like that.
DC's turn to pick.
Druid gone.
That would have been their pushing hero. I think they might still go like Juggernaut or something.
To
Jug
complete the
plus Death
lineup out.
Prophet. Yeah, I don't. Jug's probably really bad against Monkey King, though. They don't want to do Jug, but they're obviously looking for some kind of a pushing core. That's why they've been banning
10
Druid,
seconds remaining.
Dragon Knight, stuff like that. Jakiro, same thing.
5 seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining. They got 2 seconds of reserve time. They need to hurry this
Dire
up.
team
Digital
pick.
Chaos. What are you gonna pick? It is the Beastmaster. I like it.
Alright.
Vision, bit of control with the Primal Roar. You know.
Good at dealing with Nature's Prophet. Good at cleaning up the supports as well.
You may now
Chaos.
select
Okay,
your heroes.
So AoE basically, or a hero that's weak to AoE, but Digital Chaos doesn't have that much AoE. So I think the CK here is a really good pick.
Yeah, that might have just taken them off guard a little bit, because I mean, Digital Chaos, their composition is a little team comp that they've built it is quite weak in terms of just squishiness, I feel. Maybe I'm wrong with that with the Beastmaster,
On which side?
but
Oh, on DC.
on DC, yeah.
I would sort of agree. Puck's gonna be hard to catch, obviously, but I think I agree with you here. It's gonna be a bit tough for them to deal with the Chaos Knight, but maybe they can out-pressure him or something. They've got a lot of stuns. Winter Wyvern is pretty good against Chaos Knight, I'd say, because if Winter Wyvern ulties somebody when Reality Rift was used, or
10
when
seconds remaining.
His ultimate has been used, that's gonna be a dead hero almost always.
5 seconds remaining.
Makes Wyvern a bit better at least.
Main question, because Sunswan had some harsh opinions about this, right? What do you think of Bulba's Nyx Assassin set? Crab,
I love that set.
crustacean. I like it as well.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
When I saw that it was fully equipped, I was a little surprised. Like, I think you can equip the Dagon with it, and it still works. But that set with any other set, like if you mix and match, it looks awful. But if it's just the way it is, I think it's beautiful. Like it's all shimmery. It looks like it's so well done. Most of those sets, the water sets are.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Death Prophet set is one of them. Nature's Prophet has some of the water chest. Yeah, there's the swap. They're trying to mind game us with picks, but pow, it's not going to be Puck, Winter Wyvern mid.
There you go. Yeah, so leading this in, I really like, I mean, speaking of cosmetics, which we probably shouldn't, but I really like the Immortal and the Beastmaster. I mean, that's pretty sick. The way it ties into the
that one looks really cool.
That looks pretty cool as well. Not sure what
I don't
Kyle's
even think
doing
I played
right
Beastmaster since that came out.
Not sure what Kyle's doing with the Warlock set though. That he really does look like a Formula 1 driver. He's like got the helmet going on. I feel like it's just going to be pulled down and he's going to have a helmet. Yeah. I don't know.
I can't relate because I don't watch any racing.
I mean, I was just saying it looks like a helmet, right? They could pull it down. It looks like a helmet.
It's like a cult hood to me, like abnormally tall and weird.
It's got 2 hoods. We are finally going to be jumping into the game though, so we can stop talking about cosmetics and focus on this this DC claim. I mean, draft-wise, who you favouring so far? Purge.
Seems a little bit weird yet.
I
don't have a huge amount of faith in Monkey King as a hero at the moment, so I'm not super sold on the DC lineup, but I'm sure they can prove me wrong here if they play it a certain way that makes sense. So I guess for now I would say I like Cole's lineup better.
Hey, well, Bulba did manage to get an early deep ward in and his smoke did not pop. The Treants were trying to scout out a player or two, but he's not going to get spotted from that because the smoke doesn't pop to the Treants, so he's going to be happy with that. But I believe
really if needed. Just a little llama.
I love that you can transform into just a courier. Did a good job with that. These next 2 heroes as well, they're going to be coming out. God knows when that's happening, but that'll be interesting.
Didn't they say a month or something like that?
Did
they say they were working on something else and then it would come? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Someday we'll see.
So
dude, they're visual blocking the creeps too.
Visual blocking going on. They've even got look at Moo with these. Oh, he messed up the block.
That's probably on purpose. Wants the range creep to go first.
Oh, of course. No, he got the block. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
And it worked out. Bulba should have technically walked forward to let them wait. Didn't work out.
How are these lanes matching up then between them? Who's going to be coming out on top with these? Because running the solo off lane right now on Moo. ZFreek babysitting Limmp here.
I
think the safe lane will be very good against Beastmaster. Beastmaster is going to have a tough time. Mid lane should be about even, I expect. Right now, Puck is actually doing amazing despite the fact that Earthshaker went mid briefly. 6-1 right now versus 2-0 for Death Prophet, but the wave is pushing, so that's probably why, because Limmp will catch up shortly. Bulba actually gets knocked off. He does dodge the fishes. This isn't too bad.
Blocked up as well. Moo's getting some damage in, but Mason is there. 2 stacks of that Jingo will force him back. Make him think twice about whacking Bulba away. To get a pull as well, so everything's going alright, going well. MoonMeander is infiltrating the way into the back line. They want to get the Arthur burn going. They want to be going for level 1 here. Spirit Cycle comes down onto Abed, but is it going to be enough to bring him down? Limmp super low. They're really diving him so high here. The orc coming down as well. He will get it. First blood. Early days. Abed coming out on top.
That was so cool. What a great pressure there. The fact that he basically double waved him with those 2 waves. Maybe in a Oh
no way. Another kill. MoonMeander the one to claim that one, but could have been a turnaround. A little bit of a beat there. ZFreek ended up blocking Abed back, and MoonMeander was alone.
That was so good by DC there. Like the wave was doubled up, so that gave him a big advantage against Limmp, and he gets ready to dive. And while that happened, MoonMeander had rotated over to anticipate that. Took a lot of right clicks, but they get the kill. Really nicely done.
Fantastic. Meanwhile, in the top lane, MSS will be eating a shadow word. Mid lane still being baby stat. Around. One strike pressure again. Burn. Lays down the ice plant as well. A lot of damage. Limmp already on half HP. Spirit Cycle to try and save it up, but again, another kill. Look at that. Waning Rift on top. That damage far too much. And 3 early kills here for DC.
Just really good pressure. DP dying twice now. I mean, she should be doing okay in that lane, but the MoonMeander team is super
bottom lane. Pressure. Moo's still doing a decent job. Just got the boost of travel to his name. In fact, Bulba comes to the rotation around the corner. Gonna burn off a bit of his mana. He is safe for the time being. Mid, Abed. Really dominating in his mid lane. Currently 15 CS. 16 now and counting. Getting his denies. You know, Limmp his 2 deaths have really hurt him because he has only got 7 CS to his name. Even with the creep blocks that ZFreek got pretty early on, DC working around it wonderfully.
He's so far behind in last hits now in damage alone. Like he's hitting for 69 damage on average, whereas Puck is hitting for like 90. So even getting last hits at this point is really difficult for Limmp. He's almost got to rely on mana to do so, and that's also forcing the he's bottom now.
They're going to be leaping in. They get Moo, bringing him down. These rotations by MoonMeander are on point.
Everywhere he's off. He keeps making it work.
Really wonderful. Abed's happy. He's got the phase shift as well, so I mean, even if he goes to plays Fisher and whatnot, it's hard to try and claim a kill here, but Limmp needs all the help he can get on this mid lane because already a level behind. Very far behind.
On the bright side for them, at least Chessie's had the easiest game ever, just sitting top. He's got a bunch of denies. So he's leveling a little bit faster than normal. But he's going to have to turn that into something in the mid game, and doing so is going to maybe be tough. Against Puck, absolutely difficult. But maybe he can get some early levels, rotate around, kill supports, maybe kill Monkey King, something like that. That could change the game a lot for him. Really good warding though for these. They know exactly where their enemies are. MoonMeander playing as well too. Trading with Nature's Prophet.
Pressure. Use that Arctic Burn to just scoot himself over the edge, but I feel like Chessie is the answer to Complexity's problem, you know, because realistically DC don't have a lot to deal with. Chaos Knight until he gets out of control, and you know, when a Chaos Knight gets out of control, I think I had this argument again with Sims fan. I said to him, is there anything more satisfying? I said, is there anything more satisfying than reality rifting just like a squishy support as a farm Chaos Knight and one shot? And he said,
the one thing that's better is one-shotting somebody with a right-click from Abyss. Did that day, it felt really good. Did it multiple times. It was like 1 or 2 shots. It was good. It's definitely fun to do that as Chaos Knight, yeah, but it has to be good circumstances, and pro players are less likely to get into those circumstances.
No doubt. But he made the argument that it was like the culling blade, right, from Axe. He said that was more satisfying, but I don't know. Reality rifting.
I agree.
He's sucking in the support.
Culling blade people all the time. That's only cool if you do like a double culling blade when you think you're dead.
Right.
That's cool. Fail drift is just the sounds of death.
But Jesus Lord Almighty, Abed is currently sitting on 40 CS in this mid lane. Limmp is struggling, man. He is really having a hard time. 2 levels behind right now. Limmp is not even close to his level 6 either. This is,
he has been sapped a little bit from our shaker is the other thing.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Bulba, they dive to the bottom. It's a I missed loads. You're perfect, you can get away with it. I cannot. So good. If they get another kill, he's gonna have 3D word.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
Yes, they do.
Wait, no, that's a ward. That's not sentry. JK, that observer ward is actually an opposite.
What's that? Oh yeah, it is.
The minnow.
Oh, it's because it's the blue.
Minnow.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That's a pay-to-win ward right there. That is. Whose is this? Who's the bastard? MoonMeander, how dare you?
Attention though, coming in the strike. He's coming out, Kyle. The TPs. It is. He's out of there. Bulba just moves it off the mark.
That was actually MoonMeander messing that up because he tried to TP, but he delayed Bulba's TP as a result because he didn't have his stuns. Bit of a mistake.
So far, this is an overwhelming victory in this mid lane. I mean, I'm going to keep going back to this because Abed is slamming it. Not far off his own veil as well. Impressive so far. Now rotations again by MoonMeander. The guy needs to watch out for because he's got these wards. He knows what the vision is. He's going to be placing probably a deep one indeed. They've got vision of the lane, but now pings are coming out onto Mason because the complexity are going to start to rotate around. It's a bit of a smoke gank attempt. ZFreek and Kyle looking for a gank, but they're not really getting as much as they're looking for. They need vision of Mason to really make the decision to go in.
I found him, but I don't know if they have any options. Fishery.
Lay down, help free. He might be trying to turn one around. Damage. Oh my god, Mason. Okay, turn it around. Oh, Mason, what is wrong with you? Double kill. Wukong command. Could it have gone any worse? I think possibly if he got the 3rd kill on the move, but boy, he turned that around.
That's what's gonna happen, right? You've got a level 3 Earthshaker. You've got a level 3 Warlock, you fissure blocked him in, you're forcing him to fight, you don't have any burst damage, you don't have any stuns, he's gonna fight you. And they also did a really good job lining up. They basically lined up straight for him, so he stunned everybody. There's the sound that I missed.
Yeah, he bit off more than he can chew at that top lane. He tried to go in on Chessie, and Chessie was having none of it. Reality Rift into like, what it was, a 2-second stun, so we got lucky with that one and then beat him down.
Did you know it's not necessarily exactly 2 seconds. It is just greater than 1.5. The number is a whole number, but the stun durations are variable.
I didn't know that. They are there. That is cool.
Yeah, who knows how much it is.
That's kind of weird because they do like decimals for cooldowns. Even of arcane runes and 3
Yeah, but it doesn't pop up 2.3 over your head.
Right, yeah. I see. Okay.
Oh, they've got Roar already here. Chessie's out. It's gonna be like the Monkey King situation from before. Kyle's got the heal on him too.
He doesn't have the mana realistically to try and turn this one around, but people, Bulba finds that heal. An Abed rotating around. They want to go for it now. They're going to lay down the orb. Kyle though goes for the TP now that the Dream Core's let down. Oi. Didn't actually escape. That was milliseconds away though.
That was tether breaking, I think, that got the kill on him.
Meanwhile, bottom.
They catch Mason.
Yeah, Mason. The boundless strike. He's trapped between this tree and Spirit Siphon up. He shouldn't fall. Yeah. And he's going to try and batter his way out of it, but unfortunately, not to be working out. He will fall, so trades all around.
That's the issue with Monkey King. If you take damage, you can't jump, and then you're forced to fight. And if there's just you and Treants in front of you, what are you going to do? This skill build on Deathrock, by the way, is like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It was 2-1-3. I think he had a skill point. Just grabs actually now maxing critical. Makes sense. Looks kind of funny. You got to do weird stuff when you're using it. But with his name coming up, their network was really powerful. Just
again, Hale connects on Bulba. Halfling's feel already routed forward. He wants to try and bring down MoonMeander. 2 seconds stun on him. The whirling axe is so weak. He will fall. ZFreek comes in a little bit too late with our Fisher. Not managed to stop them in their tracks. But now Mason, he comes back in. Boundless strike to really keep ZFreek running away into the tree lane. 3 stacks of already. He's trying to hunt him down. They can get the vision as well from that Hawking passive, and that will be that. Dominating the tree right now. Bulba stealing all these kills.
Well, Limmp could pop ulti and commit to the tower push if he wants to, but yeah, Cole comes making big mistakes, getting dived by DC, so they've got to be a little bit more careful.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Limp's going to get into
Dyer's top tower
and MoonMeander is there to try and stave him off.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
He's got a siege creep as well. This could potentially be a style rotation. We're going to see a bit of a wraparound here. Moo with the global presence. TP's behind MoonMeander. There's nothing personal, kid.
Radiant's bottom tower.
That was really good for Cole. Getting a tier 2 like that this early in the game means defending the jungle is a lot harder. I mean, hypothetically, they can just have somebody survivable, push up the bot lane, like maybe Puck, maybe Monkey King. Considering that it seems like DC's winning, and they are by quite a bit, 3k advantage at this early is huge. Still very good for Cole. They need to get those towers when they can. And one thing that really hurt Chaos Link consistently is he didn't have his armlet finish in any of those times he got ganked. Maybe he could have eked out either he kills a hero or maybe armlet toggles to stay alive, but never got those opportunities. So now he's kind of back behind to where he shouldn't be, which is equal to Monkey King. And it might just be Abed running away with the game until he has 25 and gets insane. Because that's kind of what it feels like right now.
Playing passive until the time comes,
Passive is not the word. He's just killing everything. And way ahead in terms of points. He's got 100 CS right now. Looking for heroes to kill.
Yeah. He's got the arcane rune boxes and ready and waiting. Someplace just waiting before he has to pop down and clarity on him as well. Meanwhile, Bulba picks down Moo in the bottom lane. ZFreek tries to save again with the Fisher, but oh boy, did not work out.
I didn't catch that one. Man, I missed a lot of kills this game.
So good. Observing's difficult. It was hard.
Did find the other games. Just there's a lot more simultaneous action in this game, I think. They're going to spot Chessie here. I think
do they have it to bring him down? He's got his armlet now, that's the trouble. He's got 1 HP. The roar committed by MSS. He is scared. He's out of the way, but do they have anything followed up? Waning Rift along with the boundless strike. Wukong's command. Chaos Godfrey, no answers back. They're going to be setting him up. Now we're going to see the ultimate being popped off. Chessie wants to try and turn this one around. Chessie, Reality Rift, going to be impaled up, and he is down. A full 5-man rotation from DC as they look to try and really take this fight out for them. Now Mudo into the fray. Now the rest of the team starts to come in. Has this exorcism on 1 second cooldown, doesn't have it just yet, isn't going to be able to use it, impaled up, the raindrop going to be mitigating a bit of that damage, still not using the Spirit Siphon away. Bulba might just find this kill, in fact it's MoonMeander with that Ice Blast to really do the damage. Now, Complexity, they got no choice but to just run the heck out of there. They got to get hightailing. They might lose a few more players. Interesting decision by Complexity to fight that when it was going so south.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy too. I thought for sure Moo was going to get blown up right away, but a great tree spawning there gives him the opportunity against the Monkey King. That's a big kill. Could have been probably worse for them. I'm sure they were hoping Death Prophet would stay alive a bit longer, but she just took too much magic damage. They have Veil on Puck, and that combined with the Splinter Blast just finished her off before she could get her ulti off and before she could regen a little bit more with Spirit Siphon. So, fight, but I don't think it's all bad for Cole. They're far enough behind that any kills they get are going to give them a lot more gold than they lose for each additional death.
Now, Chessie working towards that Echo Saber. It's going to be a reasonable pickup because, I mean, Chaos Knight has these mana problems, right? Yep. Real issue for him. These stats he can get are going to be helping him out massively. In fact, he has the attack speed talent instead of the intelligence. What's your forness? I don't know how much Chaos Knight you play, but...
I feel like I understand it pretty well. Playing a decent, like once in a while. It's kind of up to personal preference, of course. If he's got a Mango sitting and he's going for Echo Saber, I think it's fine. Me personally, I usually skip Echo Saber myself because I find it works similar to Armlet itself. Like cost and how my curve goes. Like maybe he would need a BKB instead. I think it's fine. 15 attack speed is kind of a lot. Might really change whether or not you get a kill or not in short periods of burst. So I don't know. We'll see. Player preference, I think, comes down to a lot of it. And 8 int sometimes feels 4. Attack speed will farm faster. That's at least the minimum.
Oh yeah. Well, see DC have position in the lower jungle. Making some big rotations. Things coming out onto Moo as well. I feel like they want to be taking the tier 1 tower. It's a siege creep wave. It's got that going for them. The catapult's going to be doing this out, so they can just push this in.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Don't have to worry about his tree until he's going to come back. Taking out this creep wave, but that Ice Blast can definitely do a bit of work. They start to rotate around. Bulba's got the Vendetta. He's searching for the target. Just get somebody in the form of Kyle. Chessie, arm and toggling, won't save you this main map. And he sends out the stun, but he's gone. Down and out. He will be falling. Did he get the courier?
Yeah, I think Bulba must have. Kind of behind enemy lines.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was a straightforward kill on Chessie there. He was pushed up forward. He was approaching the tier 1 tower. Just Beastmaster walks forward, gets Aurora. Just really straightforward kills. Some TP rotations, and MoonMeander's been very impressive this game. It's like they picked Winter Wyvern for his damage skills, not for the fact that he can save something. It's pretty cool to see. And he's been in a lot of engagements. I mean, he's 3, 2, and 9. He's been in 12 of these, 16 kills. It's impressive.
He has been in this game. Early rotations have set them up this big early lead. A 7k gold lead this early on is kind of crazy, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. It's actually insane.
17 minutes in, it's really cemented them well. I mean, Chessie is falling. He can't afford to die at all for this game. But we see a smoke attempt like DC looking for opportunities that they might just run into Chessie. Bulba has Vendetta, so the smoke is hot. They recognize he is there. Can they find a kill? Chessie immediately backing off. Does not want to be dealing with it. This game sense to just back off there.
He ran early enough that DC probably expected a sentry or something like that. They should be
Plan down the damage, sets them up in a decent position for them to push in this top lane now that they do get that kill. But 24 seconds, not really enough to really take an objective after this point. In fact, it is Complexity who are really grouped up for the time being. Abed just leaping in, playing with his food. Really getting anything done, just scaring a little bit.
It really has been, just moving around, clearing creep waves. Good job. Pretty bad for Bulba. I mean, until they get a Blink Dagger on Earthshaker, I don't even feel like their team fight is that strong. I mean, it's strong, but it's difficult to execute. It's not going to be often that DC is fully grouped up to take a Infernal Golem while the Death Prophet silences a bunch of heroes. Like, DC has just been so all over the map and chaotic that it's difficult for Cole to actually stabilize and react to things well.
And Abed now just eclipsed the 10k net worth. I mean, I guess at this point, if he keeps just snowballing ahead, you know, it pains me to say it, but, you know, he reaches level 25, this boy gets, you know, 420 gold. The orb speed, it depends on the way the game's being played. This game is slowly getting out of control. Very quickly. As contradicting as those two statements are, it is slowly getting out of control.
Visibility.
They try gank on MoonMeander, he drops the ultimate and TPs. Just notice Bulba zoning as well. He's 7, 0, and 3 on our support next Assassin. That's incredibly good. Yeah. Nearing his 4 staff, very close to that.
Slamming the kills, and that courier kill earlier as well. Yep. Big impact player here. It's interesting. I mean, you can really see how much they do favor the mixed assassin. They pick it all the time, and you can understand why Bulba actually does.
Bulba's grouped up on the top lane and they're pushing if they want to.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ooh, they catch me now.
Okay, there you go. Reality rip onto him. Yeah, Abed. They want to try and get this now. Comes out. Abed is out of there.
Radiant's
desperately want this now.
Radiant's top tower.
That's really bad for them. They haven't touched the Chaos Knight illusions. Limmp just used Exorcism. I think they can take a tier 2 with this.
Yeah.
Puck Dream Coil down as well. Love Winter hurt by the time that Winter Wyvern gets up, but this one's taking a lot of damage.
Forced to use the glyph now. I mean, again, Exorcism still got about a quarter of its duration left. It's going to be doing a lot of damage. You can see that tower. It is falling fast. Falling straight on top of the illusions here. They might just grab it here. Abed just at the nick of time runs his way in there. Clear out all the they're out of it, but have they pulled somebody in? They spot him. Motorbrae is going to be sent down onto Bulba. Now he's going to see the Wukong's command, but they just walk out of it. Still Abed looking for Chessie into the backlines. Armor toggling his way out of there. The Impale will miss. Chessie's desperately searching for it. Meanwhile, MoonMeander trying to get this curse on. Chessie's still trying to survive. Will not be able to get out of there. In fact, the Roar now will be committed by them. Moo trying to TP away. The TPs are going to be able to get out of there. They only lose Chessie. Wow.
Nothing new there. Chessie dying in this game, but really good fight for Cole. I don't know if they gained a whole lot is the problem. Like, they have to kill heroes as well. They didn't finish the tower, unfortunately, but the way they've been playing that is really good. Keep the heroes alive, force their opponents to waste a bunch of time. They've clearly figured out the teleport away strategy. Works very well.
They are punishing them. I mean, they've got lockdown, they've got stuns, but they just really played around the cool lane. And now we're seeing the road attempt by DC. They've got this 9k gold lead. They don't really want to be losing it much more than they already have from that previous engagement. So they want to be gaining that Roche advantage with the ages.
Oh, he denied it. He denied it.
Wow. Oh, no-y.
Not only did he use Boundless Strike to try to get the last hit and probably interrupt anybody that goes for it, he also truly greedy play. Either way, them getting roasted is quite obvious. That Cole already used Exorcism, they used CK ulti. Really easy for them to take that. If Cole tried to fight it, there's a really high chance of losing the fight, so Cole's just not going to block. Kind of interesting to see Battle Fury Monkey King. The first time I saw this, I think it was maybe like Kaka or something playing Monkey King, or maybe it was somebody in LFY at TI, I can't remember, but hypothetically, it's going to work well against the CK illusions, is the goal, I think. And it just helps him farm that. That's a big issue with Monkey King, actually, is that you don't actually farm that rapidly, because you're relying on your Primal Spring and your Boundless Strike to actually kill creeps, but with Battle Fury, now you can jump from camp to camp, kind of similar to how AM can, and you can kill neutrals super fast, which I think is the goal here. So,
next time he's building is going to be that Echo Saber. Do you agree with that? Because
Radiant's middle tower is under
Echo's really good. I think if you're playing support, you have to be a little bit careful whether or not you get it or not. But when you're core, I think it's a pretty straightforward pickup since you have the big part is the fact that it slows when your ulti comes up. They won't double hit first, but they will slow, which means you might get more hits. Bulba is super...
Yo, Bulba, what are you doing over there, son? I mean, he's going to get gone on, but now we see initiation by Mason as well. Lays down the Boundless Strike, careful got people as well, trying to stun it out. Echo Slam by ZFreek. Enough damage done. It's going to be 3 down for DC. Complexity have turned it around in one fell swoop. Limmp with the double kill, and this will be a free tier 1. They might even be able to convert it to tier 2, given the fact there's no buy after them.
Very confused by Bulba, I feel like that was just a really big misread of something. He can do this super solo, goes for a stun just as it continues chasing. But I assume it just means that he thought there was one. That's the only way I can see why he would do that.
To be fair, they were smoked up. Like, Complexity smoked up straight down the mid, so they had to play it hidden. That might have been the reason behind it.
And you know what's still amazing about the Chessie so far this game is that it's actually working really well to kill the supports, because you use Reality Rush -7 armor, and every time instantly it reacts to the mid-downing as well. So those supports that get killed almost right away.
What's going on over here? Abed wants to try.
Just in case.
CC'd up the roar as well onto Chessie. They're trying to move it forward. Abed though moves again. Daunting over to his orb. Comes his way into the phase shift. DC are chasing all these kills. If you don't want to get away with this now, Boundless Strike will find one kill. Shrine is going to be used, but I believe Kyle will be falling here. Unfortunately, not going to be able to heal up enough. They want more here. Bulba chasing down Limmp. Is he speedy enough? Are they going to be able to get the kill? Bulba gives it up. He might be able to get ZFreek though, but he has got his blink dagger. That blink pickup was crucial in them winning that last team fight.
Really good picture there. Yeah, the blink helped a lot. Got the follow up here, kills. Still really good pickups from DC. It looked like Cole was going to get out, but just in time, MSS shows up with the roar on the Chaos Knight, and ultimately they turn that into long chase that works out. And the other benefit, by the time all those zeros were dead, they're on the other side of the map. Easy tier 2 push.
Dire's top tower
Double tier 2.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
See now is Mason was on. Look at that power comes in handy. He's already got his Echo Saber, I believe, so they can come and do him on Fury right now.
Dire's middle tower
So
is under
fast.
attack.
Lexity's positioning right now is a little bit spread. I mean, they're basically hiding behind the Disney tower. They usually did on it, but yeah, going down. Limmp moved on to 9 here. Why expect to be get that last hit here. Now Chessie just wants to land a little bit, bring down these creeps. Still move on to the split push game. That's the real game plan for him as it stands. But honestly, him split pushing like this, he's fed a lot of goals in his tree and instances as well. Abed is really good at trying to bring those down and clearing out these waves.
Makes sense. I mean, they don't have any magic resistance. He does a lot of AoE damage. It's his goal, basically. Prevent all split push if possible. He's also doing a good job not dying. So.
The acid burns to just move onto the trees. That's smart. That's intelligent. Get no vision on it.
But that's the frequent stun, but yeah, he perfectly positioned his hero to not get caught there. play there. Oh, Blink Dagger on Chaos Knight. This is a good pickup. I think it's needed in a lot of games just because your heroes, your animations are so slow that you kind of need a Blink Dagger to initiate without your opponents having time to react. You can also do things like pop ulti blink to get closer, then use Reality Rift. The Reality Rift pull distance is a lot longer than the, maybe not full, like the same as the Blink Dagger, but just ulti ahead of time to get in.
MoonMeander, he's going to have to use that curse pretty early on to keep Chessie out of the fight. Meanwhile, all this is going on, there is a team fight kicking off in their own jungle. Limmp pops off the exorcism, even including the BKB and Abed to damage. Just about missing, but Limmp, he will be falling. He goes down once again. Mason now wants to try and take this fight forward. Moo trying to in the again, the Jingu passive working out for them. But now he's looking to try and turn this one around. Chessie popping off the ulti, looking to see what he can do. Popping off that stun onto Mason, but he's going to get stunned up, controlled, and brought down. Abed again, 4 down now for Complexity. Can they find a 5th? I believe so, as Kyle is just lamb among the wolves, and that's a double kill for Mason straight up. Now immediately start picking out the objectives on the map. They want to be starting to take this bottom tier 2 off the back of that.
Just a really good team fight there for DG. It actually hurt them a lot that Chaos Knight wasn't there at the start, because while the Death Prophet was keeping herself alive for eons basically, she needed somebody else there to backdrop to do damage while she can defend herself. And if she's by herself, it's just very easy for them to cast the stuns and the nukes they need to secure the kill. So they got the MoonMeander kill, but it was at the cost of a lot of their other important heroes. So tough team fight. But they're, I mean, considering how far behind they are network-wise, I think Cole's doing a great job staying relevant.
Yeah, they are currently massively behind, but I mean they have found opportunities. I guess that's what happens when you have, you know, powerful ultimates like the Echo Slam. You know, when you've got Chessie who can dismantle the backline of support. Pretty good. Abed, meanwhile, he's rapidly approaching now at his level 25 talent. He's gone for the spell amplification, level 20, and he's farmed as well as that Dagon. Level 3 right now, but working towards the Link next time.
Yeah, I can't even tell he doesn't have the GPM talent yet. It's very, very hard to see. You know who else is really farmed and caught up was Mason. Like his farm level is ridiculous. I know he's been in a lot of good team fights, but you can really see the amount of creeps he's farmed. How much of a difference it's making.
Battle Fury is really crucial, and now he's picked up the BKB on top of this supply. I believe, did he use it in the last fight? No, it's a fresh 10-second BKB. Got that going for him. But movements around the map right now. DC searching for an opportunity or two. Bulba farm up a couple of decent ones as well. Let's see, what is the next play here for Complexity? That's the real question mark in my mind, because it feels like one more slip up and they're going to be losing ranks, potentially more.
Yeah. Just got to win the fight, because that's what it comes down to. Can they do that? MoonMeander's just split pushing the bot lane. They don't want anybody to know where their heroes are. Farm the enemy side of the map. Like Cole has their ancients in this area near the bounty runes, but it's only so much farm right now. And if they spread out too much, it's just another opportunity for DC to get kills.
Well,
keep in mind that he just got denied, and DC's still winning fights.
True. Yeah. I've never actually casted a game when that's happened, so I feel blessed, you know. I feel blessed. Is Bulba being spotted here? No. He's just stalking ZFreek. They've got no sentry stance, so they won't actually know the vision on them. What's happened here? Bulba really just searching for those opportunities.
Smart kill.
ZFreek going down. Wow. Mason dominating. He does an overwhelming amount of damage. I mean, look at how much bonus damage he's getting. All that Jingu going. 400 damage per hit.
Yeah, I thought for sure that Rishik would be able to react, but the double hit and then stunning afterwards are more than enough to kill. So yeah, I haven't seen him look this strong in a long time. Really, the Battle Fury is what's doing it. How fast he's been able to farm neutral camps and get early levels, and the second highest level in the game right now. So pretty cool. Literally anti-mage. Yeah, stuff.
The Mr. Abed working towards the shield. That's the same time. He's actually gone against the Lincoln Sphere here. Go for the shield instead. I can understand that against Chessie. I feel like Chessie's the biggest threat.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
A few heroes as well to try and escape.
He needs armor anyways, because we saw it a couple times. The Reality Rift with Medallion. they combo together, he's going to be in the negatives, or be about to. So if he does get stunned, yes.
Just tickling him, but the roar comes out. Chessie, he's in trouble here. Kev's offering to try and salvage it, but Mason, he leaps in, using that BKB as well. Now Kyle has to really run his way out of it. Bit of a questionable dream coil by Abed, but he has that arcane rune pop, so I don't think he's going to be too miffed about it. Remembers back up in about 30 seconds or so.
I mean, the crazy part is that wasn't even a gank. That was kind of like a, I guess we'll kill this guy mid, and Cole did not feel the amount of pressure that was coming in. But they have a lot of damage between Puck, between Beastmaster, and Monkey King jumps in as well, pops BKB expecting a big fight. It's just a very easy gank that also results in Infernal Golem being down. So I think at this point Cole just looks completely lost. I don't think they have much of a chance at this point to win a team fight if it goes anything like that. Chaos Knight needs a BKB basically for this to not go as well. He is not close. I feel like DC is just controlling the map really well.
I know, I mean, ZFreek, he's been spotted by Bulba. They know he's there. Hail into him in the bottom lane, and the anti-burn as well. Should be enough to finish him up. A lot of this on whereabouts. MoonMeander goes down, so brings down ZFreek, and one kill off the back of that. Looking good. I mean, right now this game has been prolonged by MoonMeander. Getting those. Oh!
Got him.
Abed got him. Dagan straight up after the TP, and while all that was going on, I mean, they didn't even need the whole team for that rotation attempt. Mason did not deny the Aegis that time. It is going to be able to have it in the long.
They're just doing so well. They're dominating all over the place. That's 2 split pushing heroes that they just killed. That is literally the main thing that's keeping them in the game, is pushing out other lanes. They kill both of them. And look at this, they don't even care. They're like, okay, we're winning.
Yeah,
we're stomping.
Really taking their time with this. I mean,
kill the split push heroes. Why go all in? Why try to go high ground right now? Take more advantage. Wait for the next Roche. Kill Roche. Deny the Roche. Deny the Aegis maybe. Oh, wait, they actually have it already. He did not deny this one. Congratulations. But I think they just wait a little bit longer. Let Puck get 25. There it is. Now the gold is coming. Boy, time
for him to get rich. He's already rich. He's already got 20k gold. I mean, this guy's going to go out and control 10 minutes of that talent. Looking at a fresh item, and the fact he's just going to be working towards those Dagans. He's going to have that in 5 minutes. And this is crazy stuff already.
It is actually insane. Probably sell Veil later, get something else. Maybe E-Blade.
Yeah.
Maybe a Hex.
E-Blade will give him much needed armor as well. Top of it.
That's true.
Even though the Veil already gives him armor, but
cooldown reduction for Death Prophet this game. Interesting.
Not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot, but helps.
Oh, he's so close to killing Moo in the top lane. Jesus, Lord Almighty, Moo was very close to dying, and he might have actually managed to pick a Bulba here. I can see multiple kills trying to happen all over the place. Chessie has been caught out of position. Crowd controlled down, and also Eric Miles falling here. The BKB being knocked out by Limmp, but the Arctic Curse, that's going to be piercing straight through. That keeps him locked up in position. Mason going to be unleashing now. His default commands, even comes in with the Echo Slam, but it's too late. Double kill for him. Now Limmp going to get stunned up. Will he be falling here? He will indeed. Triple kill for him. Buyback comes in from Chessie. He's desperate for any option whatsoever. Now it's going to be dropped down, and the GG is called. They make it happen. 30k gold lead. Ultra kill in the end. I mean, oh boy. That is the one-sided affair. You see him taking complexity for absolutely right.
There's moments of good things, moments of hope for Cole that game, but the last 10-15 minutes it's just been DC completely running away with the game. The laning stage for Cole seemed okay, just things went poorly. Bulba had a wonderful early game, Abed did fantastic as well, and MoonMeander like
5 seconds remaining. DC's Radiant turn to ban. Radiant team ban. DC's turn to ban. Radiant team pick.
Hey guys, welcome back to game number 2 of this series between Complexity and Digital Chaos. Digital Chaos currently up 1 game with a pretty convincing game 1 win. My name's Purge, and I'm here with Bren. On to game 2.
On to game 2. Yeah, Digital Chaos, they managed to take game number 1 in this matchup. And yeah, quick reminder, this is the lower bracket here in the NA Dota pick qualifiers. So Digital Chaos end up taking map number 2 or game number 2 at this stage. They will be walking away with a little bit of a win here, and Complexity will be out of the running, so they will not have an opportunity to qualify for that LAN or make it to the grand finals like they might be hoping for. So everything on the line right now for Complexity to try and turn this one around. And Digital Chaos, though, they showed up big time in the previous game. They stormed ahead. You know,
10 seconds remaining.
Basically met all the metrics for them, really getting the victory away from them, and they cemented it really well.
Yeah, they did. And Complexity going to change things up a little bit at the start, opening with the Jakiro here. I think last game they did.
Turn to ban.
But going for the defensive mid hero. Maybe one of the solutions to deal with Abed is just to put a Viper in the mid lane, so that's harder for him to kill you. You have last hitting advantage, any ganks are harder to execute. So, decent opening, flying heroes, high strength
10
gain.
seconds remaining.
Pretty good for Cole so far.
Complexity went with the Earthshaker last time. They have not done
5
it.
seconds remaining.
Okay.
They also went with the Nature's Prophet, but again, that's been banned out, so no chance of seeing that one. But yeah, the Viper is what they've gone for. Wins your lanes, very strong laner. I mean, I've heard, you know, from various people that I've spoke to, that some teams like to run an Enchantress as kind of like the Viper counter in a way. Just to really, yeah, wow, not necessarily the mid lane, just to help out in the mid lane, like a support Enchantress.
Makes sense, yeah, because when you gank him with a creep plus your hero is very strong, right-click wise, and you can't really escape very well.
10 seconds remaining. DC's
I don't think they need to worry about that. Viper is not going to be that big of a threat to DC, to be honest. As long as it's a puck mid, I don't think Puck is too worried. Might have to worry about his Blink Dagger being interrupted later in the game. Bloodseeker ban, Chen ban, actually. Surprised about Chen. I kind of forgot about Chen a bit. Thought about it yesterday. Checked his win rates. It's not so good in 5K. But it does help your team and the game. And I think that's why they banned him, because with Viper and Jakiro as your 2 openings, very good tower pushing, very tanky lineup, that's definitely try to just end the game very early.
They're going to pick up the Winter Wyvern again, most likely for MoonMeander. They could run it mid potentially, but MoonMeander had such a big impact in that previous game. He was soaring ahead. It's hard to really contest with, again, another pick, because his rotations were on point, really setting the foundation for him.
The ganking Winter Wyvern, I think it's... Viper's okay against it, because he's going to resist a lot of the magic damage, and also reflect a lot of corrosive skin procs towards Winter Wyvern, but... so maybe it'll be less vulnerable, but there's a lot of heroes with wings in this game. 4 out of 5 right now, dude. He's getting out of control.
This is kind of crazy.
Have they hit them all? How many are left?
What do you got? Does Dragon Knight count? Does it use Dragon Form? Yeah. Visage. Who else you got? Yeah. Can't say the same for the Vengeful Spirit though.
DC's turn to pick.
Night Stalker.
I don't believe this. Yep. That completely took me off guard, because I hadn't played Dota for a while, and I was like, I'm going to play some Night Stalker, and I'm going to slot him in the off lane, which apparently you just don't do anymore. You play him as a roaming hero, but whatever. And I was like, oh my god, the third skill. I press it, I didn't even know what was going on. It blew my mind that you could just fly over terrain. I don't know, interesting changes. They made him very powerful. Yeah. cool Night Stalker stats out there as well. You can really turn this guy into Batman if you really want to. You can deck him out in all sorts of gear. Because right now, you look at him, he's pretty basic. You know, he's got these weird leg plates going on. He's letting that chest fly out. But oh my god, is this happening? Yeah. I'll take one more of those and I'll be happy.
10 seconds
like,
remaining.
There's no way we're getting all of them. I'll take one more of those winged heroes.
5 seconds remaining.
We could. I mean, I can't see the Queen of Pain being played. What about Phoenix? I haven't seen Phoenix in ages. What was the other one? Yeah. What was the other one? Could you really foresee a Skywrath Mage? Yeah, exactly. I am looking around. I mean, is Venno banned out? Oh yeah, he is. I would have counted Venno. I really would have.
DC's turn to bat.
No, just Dazzle. I mean, boy, boy, why the Dazzle pick here in terms of this composition?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Yeah. Also, you forgot about Batrider again. Yeah. I mean, could you see a Batrider?
10 seconds remaining.
It's.
Oh, definitely. There definitely could be Batrider. I think I would put it on Complexity side, but it doesn't really fit their draft. But I think it's better against the Radiant.
Would you accept Lena?
Nah, she's just flying. She doesn't have wings.
What about Dragon Knight?
Unless she has the wings. Yeah, we should probably count Dragon Knight.
Okay.
If we see Dragon Knight, it's...
OD as well. OD.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, OD. I don't know that. They do flap. I'll credit OD. Slightly goes with wings. Way more than 10.
Yeah. Still easy drafts in there. It's a bit of a...
5 seconds remaining.
I don't even know how Midas mode works, but I'm assuming you can make teams to pick all heroes with wings. That'd be hilarious.
DC's
yeah, that's definitely a challenge. But a challenge potential. Lycan is the opposite of anything wing related. I think.
Yeah.
Antithesis, yeah. But that's their push hero basically to combo with what they're already doing. I think Lycan will work pretty well. I would say against a Puck, he's alright.
10 seconds remaining.
Dream Coil is good against it, obviously. And I would say Winter Wyvern ult is also pretty good against Lycan.
5 seconds remaining.
I think Lycan can definitely do some work here. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, Complexity's one of the only teams that really still pick him after he received that the nerf to his Howl. So that, you know, obviously it's not a flat heal anymore. It's I don't know how it works, but it doesn't work how it used.
Yeah, that's
definitely not as good.
It doesn't just raw increase your HP. It's like if your HP is full, you'll get the max heal, but if you're missing half the HP, you only get half of it. I think that's how it works. It's pretty good though. Combos with Night Stalker well, because Night Stalker will make it night more often, which means Howl is better for more duration. So it's definitely a bit about a timing window here for Cole. That's what they're aiming for. DC is going to go for a Monkey King again. Those wings are all over my screen. Are they stretching?
Yeah, they're stretching all over the place. They are going crazy. They heard us calling about the wings. Is that the set that's causing that now?
I really don't know. I think... Well, we're on the map right now.
Is that
And
gonna
I think
happen
what
again?
happens is there's like a point in the game where things stretch to sometimes. So
It's like the center point, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's probably something like that. So Monkey King in this game is, I would say, pretty good. I would say Monkey King's good against Lycan because you get a lot of armor when you ultimate. I think Monkey King was a pretty good pick here.
Yeah.
There's some magic damage on the enemy team, but there's a lot of physical. So I think it can pay off here.
He provides some decent vision as well, which you kind of need when they've got the Night Stalker. It's going to be a bit limited, but
It'll help a little, yeah. But hopefully he doesn't flap his wings and flock into the air, because then we'll definitely see the monkey. And once I get Ags, then all that's basically wasted. Oh, it is going to be mid.
I like Chessie's picture. That's a good one.
Never played Hans. Like,
No, I needed to die. I just like that he's. I'm pretty glad to get away with
it's
it.
quite true. A lot of the cool players did.
Prepare for battle.
I don't know about Moo, but I think all the other ones did.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Wow! Immediately, ZFreek and Bulba just running into each other, butting heads in a row, and neither side's gonna be able to get off those walls.
See how this changes things. Kind of interesting when that happens, though. ZFreek places a ward in the mid lane. I don't know if that was spotted or not. The hard part for ZFreek is that Night Stalker actually has terrible day vision. It's equivalent to most heroes' night vision, so he might not have realized that Bulba was looking at him there when he placed that.
See, Bulba's still holding on to one ward of his own. Oh, Mason's going deep. He's just infiltrated them into the back line. He's going to get a nice little lane ward going, so plenty of vision.
Where? I have no. I have to find him visually. Is the only way.
Where is he? He's.
Oh, he's
I
a
mean,
tree.
he's
Okay.
gone. He's.
I see.
This is. He's placed a ward and
30
he's out there.
seconds to
Yeah.
battle.
I was looking for some reason. I was thinking about how when you're playing against a Monkey King, you don't see that
That's
because
true.
it
Yeah.
goes into. So I was thinking like I have to find him, which was completely wrong.
It's okay. I've been wrong a lot of the time so far. It's okay.
So mid Visage versus a mid Viper. Seen this matchup, but I'm actually very excited. I'm gonna watch it a lot, I'm sure.
So.
The battle begins.
Which one of his abilities is the one that you can literally just spam out and destroy Visage?
It doesn't work like that. Soul Assumption, the second one. There, basically, if heroes take damage near him, he accrues charges rapidly and then can throw a big nuke. But heroes have to take damage, and if it's just Visage and Viper, that means Visage is probably taking some damage, which isn't always a good thing. It's definitely good in team fights though. It's more about the fact that Visage has no armor at level 1. He's got 0.1, and he also has 10% magic resistance instead of 25. So there could certainly be some cases where Viper trades super favorably against the Visage. And until level 6, I think Viper is going to do okay. But clearly we're going to have a dual lane mid here.
Yeah, they're really decision matter. I mean, look at Bulba. He's gone deep with that ward, placed it by the shine. Now he's going to be walking his way back down the lane. Moo's going to be the solo off lane here. Shakira, we've seen it before. And he'll be able to get the impale. Bulba misses it. Ah, no. It's tragic, but will survive for the time being. And a bit of a rotation as well by ZFreek as he moves in. It's difficult to get stuff done when you're level 1 with Night Stalker.
Yeah, that's sort of true. Worst case, if it doesn't work, then you wait until nighttime. That part's pretty cool. And he's got boots, so with boots and 63 base damage and 5 armor, he's gonna be fine.
Like, those are such a cool game now. All these little things just add up, right? The nighttime, the daytime. You got all these little pivots, little bugs that have been carried over from Warcraft 3.
Mojo's gotta be embarrassed now. That's 2 times in a row that I've seen Poison Touch hit him. He tried to face shift dodge it, but he was always too late.
Oh, wow, okay. But meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we're going to see a kill here. Moo eating a ton of damage. Bulba, he gets the first blood straight off the back. Well, that one already, these hits coming in. ZFreek will be able to escape the line. First blood DC. Great sign of complexity.
Bulba again. He's already got boots, so we'll see what he spends on. Maybe just super fast arcane boots. Finally spam his stuns so fast.
Very low at the top of the line. Walking sent out. They wouldn't try and go for this MSS. Putting its damage into Kyle. Swindle Melon.
He is definitely back to heal. There's no way he's gonna. Bounty room on the way. A little rewarded for crash out lane.
What are we doing? Sat now. Just waiting patient. Just chilling.
Worried about a snipe, I think.
Right.
He needs to see where Bulba is, I think.
I mean, that ward is hasn't done as much as I would assume. I mean, are they scared about the rotations coming through bottom lane? Is that the reason why Bulba's placed it there? Question marks.
Yeah, because that's the place that ZFreek will walk on Night Stalker between there and mid lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Just wanted a
attack.
spot to know where he was. Could be killed here.
Stunned up, yeah. We're going to see 2 stacks of Jingle already. But we're trying to body block him, but they give it up. In fact, I believe the creep just stunned up Mason, so he could not follow it up with anything.
Goes down the strike here. These levels are really not looking that great either. This is part of the problem with the Monkey King. It's a dangerous lane to stay solo.
It really is, yeah. It's something tight. I mean, normally Jakiro handles himself quite well in solo lanes, with dual breath and whatnot. You think Monkey King wouldn't be able to handle it as well, but it's not like you would against a commander just purging it off. Back when we were watching the previous series, Kuro was up against the solo lane Jakiro, and he was purging it off with Doppelganger, but Mason, that Jingu Mastery passive is absolutely nuts in lane. Just trading hits really does big.
It sort of works for Moo though, because you can reduce his attack speed, which delays the 4th hit, and all that stuff works out okay. Gotta have the mana to spam enough times to make sure that Monkey King's HP stays low. Meantime, the Battle of the Roamers.
Yep. Straight down in the bottom room, Bulba wins. Hey, he had to use a stun for it.
But he spends all his mana, so now he sees a clarity potion to have mana to use the stun, so the invis can't even be used. Wasted. And it's night.
If he was fast
we'll
enough,
see
he could have used it.
You're right.
He was super quick. He could have done it, but Bulba's just not that next level yet. Still, he's going to get a vision on what ZFreek's doing. It's nighttime now, so they want to be going for a gank here onto Abed, but he's clocked onto it. This positioning. ZFreek now deep behind enemy lines.
Should be pretty obvious to ZFreek that the Nyx is here maybe.
Right.
But he's also probably just doing this
tower
on purpose.
is under attack.
Got Viper ulti. Interesting. 3 points in Grave Shell.
Clarity cancel.
A lot of movement speed.
Meanwhile, this top lane, not much action really kicking off. In fact, across the board, it's Complexity winning in the CS battle, the CS department. We really are winning out these lanes for the time being. Chessie's having a pretty good time. But there might be a kill here. Mason in the bottom. He goes down.
The damage output is so high.
Are they going to be able to kill him? Surely. Oh my goodness. Okay, Bulba's getting ran down. Yeah, he cannot get out of there. He's going to be falling meanwhile as well. In the mid lane, Limmp just gets a solo kill onto Abed. Runs him down.
Yeah. That's actually not too surprising. Mason cleaned up Moo on the back line. And another kill. Caught that one on camera.
This is ridiculous. So he just kills somebody in every single lane.
But they're spaced by 5 seconds, so I can definitely catch them. But Viper had a level advantage over the Visage there. He actually got very low. I keep almost saying figure. Abed definitely almost killed him at the end of it. But if you get your Viper Strike ultimate off on a Visage, you're gonna cut through his armor right away. And once his armor is gone, and you're slowing him with like level 2 poison attack, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
He's got his bats. This is dangerous. He's got
Okay, Limmp, he's eating a ton of damage from the back of that already. Have to back off. I mean, start to talk about the thought process. I think the idea behind putting so many points into Grave Chill is to just mess with the CS, right? Because it lowers the attack
It
speed.
was not yours to take.
Not really. It does lower the attack speed, and that's all good, but it's not like you're going to spam it just so that he can't attack as well. It's more like you can use it to give you, lower his attack speed, give you movement speed, lower his movement speed, basically to make your trading better, because you're going to attack him more often than he hits you. Makes up for the fact that your armor is bad. He actually lost a bat right away. That is a huge mistake here by Abed, because that's super long cooldown, so really tough for him.
Oh.
But Limmp is focusing them pretty well.
And luckily, you can just pop off that stun, and there's no mana cost on that. You can just spam that bad boy out, assuming it's off cooldown, and heal right back up again.
Yeah, but still 90 seconds without his other bat.
Yeah, it's big.
It's like a third of his damage gone, at least in burst circumstances.
Not just that, but Bold as well. Moon in the bottom lane, Electra coming out onto him. It's a 3-man rotation by stun comes out. On top of it, Moo will be falling. Very even as it stands. Being rotation by MoonMeander working out. Not as much impact in that first game, but still doing his job, putting in work.
And in the meantime, Cole's still farming better. So they got that hero kill, they still got a little bit more gold afterwards. Doing pretty well for him.
I mean, the Vizor's pick was left wing, I'd say. I mean, it's a bit unusual because you don't see it too often. Mid matchup losing his bird pretty early on. Bulba though, in the jungle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The Void was used onto him, but Bulba, he's a speedy demon right now. He's got those boots. He's happily just running around as a little crustacean crab.
Daytime now. Nice start.
Boy, down by more. Running down while the stun connects. Change it up. Don't move from command. He needs to try and heal up with a Jingle Pass. He gets the kill. Is he going to get out? ZFreek, surely one right click will do it, and there you have it. He gets it. Now Limmp must be moving as well for a bit more kills, but Bulba lays down the stun. Nothing counts that up. Not even enough mana for ZFreek to try and avoid him. He managed to escape. That's a slight trade-off. 2 kills on the side of
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A lot of gold actually. The phase boot's really paying off there. I didn't think he was going to kill him in one hit, but did enough. Offsets the poor man's shield, cuts through him. Very big kill for him. Level 5 on ZFreek now. He's actually a little bit ahead of schedule now level-wise, but he was a bit behind a second ago. It's too bad. Moo does die again though. Pretty tough for him. His levels are still struggling, but he's got a lot of raw HP, but he has not as much fighting power as he would like. Just the game's been weird. Still supports all over the map. Sit solo or anything like that. So.
I've been told you aren't audible in game, but we won't worry about that just yet because there is a team fight kicking off. Chessie, he has Dream called up. He is going to have that Brave pop onto him, so he's going to stay alive for the time being. Will he get out the wand, heal him up? Abed or MSS tries to move forward to finish off the kill to Chessie. He survives. Good. Unfortunately, Kyle's not going to do the same.
Same audible, I think. Not 100%.
I don't know. I got a message.
It
was probably during draft when I like alt-tab to go look at heroes with wings, and then I clicked back.
Good.
Probably. That's my guess.
I do that.
So the pushing is happening.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's tier 1. It should be going down here. I mean, they have a glyph available to use. I believe they just used it on earlier on. They don't get allowed to hit. It always pains me to see that when it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
But Kyle might just fall up one more. There you have it.
The great one, dude.
Sort of faker. Yeah. Cast point.
Yeah. Yep. They increased the cast time. Great. So that's tough. Level and Grave Man. Painful ability. If he had boots there, he'd probably be able to live too. He also used Howl a little bit late, maybe trying to bait something out. When he's almost dead, it doesn't really do much. I actually like this item a lot on Viper. Gives you tons of regen, which obviously pays off heavily during long team fights, but also really helps him push better, because if you grab something like a Satyr here, then you have an extra creep, it can push lanes that you aren't at. I actually like it a lot. Any hero that basically can't farm or push, it's great.
Up. He's got tons of regen actually. Adds up to like 16 regen, I think. Is that on top?
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Qualifier was laid down by more in the mid lane. Got anything out of it? Might have just been pushing in the roots.
Dead creep. He's been doing this a lot. Basically, if there's a creep wave that he doesn't feel super comfortable for, just drop the Qualifier every 60 seconds. Throw it down, whole creep wave's dead, you get most of the last hits. Pressures the lane, just straightforward. This is his goal. This is the hero's playstyle. You go to the lane, push it out, and hopefully you get a tower eventually if they don't show up. These guys are showing up, but it does force them to be there. And they probably don't farm the creeps as easily as Kira does.
I can't believe
it's kind of a shit ability. Qualifier when I could just pass through it was that bad. A lot of things on people actually run. Ooh, trying to get the ult off. Just the right time.
They want to turn it around though. Bridgeable by MSS. No matter. They're going to find that damage anyway. MSS is laying it in. The Boundless Strike can keep moving down. Now to Shallow Grave, trying to keep him alive, but he's being chain stunned up by Abed. Might just send the familiars after him. trying to deny it. They gain some gold at the back as he ends up beating away his creeps, but oh boy, does he have his ult up? He doesn't, he just used them.
That wasn't bad. I mean, they keep Jakiro alive, they lost the Night Stalker, they got the tower kill. That was pretty solid for them.
Yeah.
Chessie's still split pushing a bit here. He has been pressured quite a bit, but almost every time he gets ganked, he gets out of there, so I'd say this is going quite well for Cole. They haven't lost a tower other than their offlane one, so
going well. They're farming
definitely good.
Didn't high and mighty when it comes to last hits. I mean, we're past that stage now.
Scanning.
They are really quite top heavy now with the network. They're going for a smoke gank attempt onto anyone they can find. MoonMeander Mason's immediately TPing out of there. MoonMeander unfortunately does not have the cooldown off his TP. But he's managed to nest himself behind some trees. Bird like creatures do. I don't know whether it's a dragon or a wyvern, I don't know. What's the difference? He's got to get out of there though. I mean, Magpie's going to lay down the trees. Arctic curse onto Chessie. Trying to escape out of it. The Arctic burn as well is going to be buying him a little bit of space, but he's found by the trees. Dodges the stun.
Radiant structures
Having the void brings it down, and they get the top 10.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Going well for him.
Pretty fast. Their safe lane tower looks like it's going to fall as well, but they have better things in sight. They want to go for the mid tower. Viper went mid, that stops the double split push, that makes it worth it. So even if they do lose a tier 1, which they will, they should be able to pressure and kill this team. Really good play. Spending their
MoonMeander actually TP'd into the... Ooh, then it felt like he's going to try and escape with the Arctic just jumping over these edges. Chessie's hunting for him, but they've actually gone the complete opposite way. They're not going to be able to find that kill, but they're pressuring down this tier 2 tower. It's the important part. But meanwhile, bottom, MSS is doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, I think what MoonMeander did this there was actually really important. If it wasn't for that, they would have been hitting this tower the whole time. Jakiro would have been using Liquid Fire this whole time. They got a bunch of damage on the TP tower boss because of that. That's really good.
Trying to TP on Bulba. Can he get a kill here? The Sentry's can spot him. No longer invis, but they do get the balance strike. Stunned up as well. Chessie, in the world of Vert, does not have his ulti. No mana as well. One last right click. Chessie falls, trading his life with tier 2 there. But you can afford to do that. Objective. After.
I guess it's okay because they're hitting the mid tower, but not the best. They've got pretty good vision in this area. Obviously, Night Stalker, they're going to shift to the bot lane instead of gank. They're already set up though.
Yeah, they might.
It's going to matter even if just push the lane.
I mean, actually, there's no kill inside right now for Bulba. DC nowhere near. They're just happy to clear out these mid lanes, but it is the game plan here for Complexity. They are pushing down these lanes. Still, there's tier 1. Pesky tier 1 just sitting down here. That'll be the next goal for him. Can he get a kill there? I don't think so. Get the 6, but close. He fights kicking off. I mean, even Limmp though brings down MoonMeander. Get more than he can chew. Perhaps tier 1 will fall eventually. DC happy to just push in the rest of these lanes and farm as much as they possibly can before they are forced to rotate in.
That's going to end it, but who's in trouble?
Using a lot of ults here as well. Mason now going to be non-confusable. Getting silent up here. Actually might be falling confused. So weak. Charlotte Grave comes out to the other down. Meanwhile in the backlines, Abed does find Kyle. So Teals, no Charlotte Grave can beat this
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Not a great trade, so to speak. There's get a bit of tower damage to the players. Not the best.
Yeah, I think that was just because they TP'd Viper back to defend the mid tower, but that's kind of bad to do because if you're pushing a tier 2 and you're behind your opponent's shrine, they're all going to teleport in. So it's kind of a bad mistake maybe from Viper, or maybe they all needed to retreat while he teleports for that, because doing both moves, staying to push the tower and TPing the tower back was just too dangerous. Makes a lot of sense that it's quite bad for them. Oh no, not the Alpha Wolf.
125 gold, yes please, I'll have that. Abed getting a little bit more forward. He's actually working towards his AMD Scepter. He's next item.
Yeah, definitely the right item. Midas is I haven't watched him play this hero before, but Midas is kind of an interesting build with the 30% experience talent as well, which makes a lot of sense. You just honestly all of his abilities are very good. You want them maxed as soon as you can, and getting higher level support completely changes your damage.
Meanwhile, the Vikings still happening. Yeah, I mean, they caught out boundary strike into the ice pass and save him, but that last hit from the Wolf command was looking at him.
Radiant's middle
They might be looking for a few
tower
more here.
is under
Bulba, he's on the chase. Kyle gets stunned up, burn into it, and that will be another one for him. Abed, Victor, out on top in his tier 1 mid, will be forward.
Pretty good.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, Limp's gonna try to kill Bulba by painful moments.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A prize.
They are really, Moo had to TP his way out of there. He was deep behind the entirety of the DC roster. They're just happy to farm up for the time being and keep pushing in these lanes, I suppose. But see now MSS lanes. Rotations come about. They do realize his top lane is getting pushed in. There's currently 4 range creeps slamming it in, and make a big difference. I don't know where they came from. Not from long. That's a tasty goal.
That's MSS. Abed played puck last game.
Apologies. I keep calling him Abed because of that. It's really
Just don't call him Faker.
Yeah, well, I did that as well in previous seasons because I'm an idiot.
Dire are scanning.
Well, they've got Night Stalker ultimate. They can use it in about 30 seconds. No loss of night time. On the take road shield, and they're going to they've got a long way to go to this time. This is pretty crazy to control, but it looks like DC will launch it. Oh, this is so bad right now.
Trying to find it. I mean, they're going to lay down the weed pretty early on, but I guess Moon falls very weak to the backline, but they do manage to try and kill immediate buyback from MoonMeander. He wanted to get back into this fight. They're going to be trying to chase down Abed as well. They're laying down the stun to try and keep them off. Chessie really trying to run them down in the shapeshift form. Still, meanwhile, that's trying as well. They might actually collect the kill here on the ZFreek. The stun comes out. They're really trading out evenly, trying to mitigate their way around this fight. Complexity is forced to back off. They realize, losing ZFreek could be losing quite a bit of utility in this next fight. Have to back off. Can't actually do Roshan as well. That was going down slow.
That wasn't all that bad for Cole. I mean, they did lose ZFreek, and Shakira looked super dead, but he stayed alive after the grave. There just wasn't any more falls from DC. And then it became this really segmented fight. ZFreek thought he could get the kill, but he couldn't quite snag it, and it just kind of goes even with them only losing a support. Like, this game's still very even.
This could be anyone's game.
Just need to maybe focus on the same targets if possible.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had the opportunity in that fight, though.
Who has the better late game here between these two teams right now? Is it Complexity?
I'll say DC for sure. They have more mobility. They have tons of good split push. Nicole's sitting on a Viper, sitting on a Lycan. They can split push and things like that, but their heroes just aren't going to scale as reliably, and they're easier to deal with, I feel like. You saw Puck last game. Puck's just really hard to kill.
Yeah.
Whereas Cole's heroes, you can play around their slow movement, I feel like. Same with Jakiro as well.
Almost scouting around. Oh, he might get a kill here. So Kyle just heals himself. Is this going to be enough to try and bring him down? Shallow grave out, and he's stunned, actually committing the arcane curse. Taking him out below here. He will find it. Yeah, he's coming out though. ZFreek, he's in trouble as well. He's actually deep behind the enemy line. He's going to get 3 balls up. She stuns, following up, and that will be like a kill streak right now for Harvey.
Not so good for Cole. One of you dying, but both together is pretty bad.
It's a struggle right now for them. I mean, Mason is next time. He's also gone for this Battle Fury thing. I mean, again, the Monkey King Battle Fury we're seeing.
He's making it work. This seems like the new thing, honestly. I played with a lot of Monkey King carries lately. They all suck. This guy knows what he's doing. They get Battle Fury, and then somehow they still don't have farm. I think it's because then they try to play regular Monkey King instead of thinking like, I'm going to split push like crazy, I'm going to jungle like crazy, and I'm going to abuse Tree Dance to increase my mobility to make the Battle Fury actually worth something. They gotta pretend to be anti-mage. That's what they gotta do.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I was under the impression picked up because of the Chaos Knight in the other game, but no.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
Farmer. They want to go for this again.
Radiant are scanning.
Scan's going to come out through the floor, coming out as well. MSS putting in a bit of work here. The Markiplier is going to be segregating them away from this fight. A lot of damage being jumped into them. Roshan ends up killing Kyle. Beats him down in cold-blooded murder in that Roshan pit. So they have actually lost now their dazzle. 20 seconds. DC have an opening. This morning fairly shortly as he is so under-leveled.
I mean, these fights are just really hard for DC because they just have no vision. Like this Observer Ward, it can't see anything.
Yeah.
And as a result, they just don't feel super comfortable initiating. I think Kyle was way out of position there. He probably should be sitting to the left of the pit, not to the right, considering he needs to sit back and grave somebody. But at least they only lose one here. The vision advantage they have from Night Stalker is absolutely making a big impact. They get a scan off on the leg.
Bounty.
Okay. The rotations by DC, I mean, another smoke was used pretty early on here, but again, they're not really pushing game. They do have a pretty sizable lead in terms of gold as well, 4K gold lead. Eventually that'll grow into something a little bit more sizable, but you're absolutely right. These team fights are so hard to take when you lack the amount of vision. Night Stalker pickup. You can see why he's one of the most hotly contested heroes right now. Really just limit the amount of stuff you can do.
Just so hard to take fights if you know that if you don't know anything, you can't see past like 600 units, then how do you know where your enemies are? Do you have good positioning, or are you out of position? And for heroes that can't just pop BKBs and bully down their opponents, it's a scary thing. Monkey King makes a big mistake and he's out of position, gets silenced, and takes a bunch of physical damage. He's just dead instantly.
Moo will be split pushing his way.
Dire's top tower
putting a bit
is
of
under
damage
attack.
here onto this tier 3 tower, but keep us back home as he realizes it's a bit dangerous. You see MSS doing the exact same thing as well, at least trying to cutting in these lanes, trying to find a bit of fun. This Yule Scepter as well. It's going to be useful against the Night Stalker Silence, I suppose. In a lot of ways.
Could be really good against potential Jakiro combo or something like that. Definitely more so than Night Stalker. I feel like Chessie's levels are very behind with it. He's having a really tough time getting levels this game, surprisingly. I feel like he's farming very often, but maybe all the fights are going weak. I mean, he hasn't been in that many kills, just 2 out of his team's 8.
Yeah. What's your criticism of the Vitalization and with the Necronomical?
Items are super normal, and Necro is just a really good item on Lycan just because they get max movement speed when you use your ultimate, and you can howl to increase the damage. I think it's good. The mana drain is good. Works against a lot of the enemy heroes. Fine. There's just not like a lot of other options. It's like you can get Armlet maybe. There's like that old Armlet Master Manus build, but I think that build is a little over, unfortunately.
Well, currently it feels like DC are trying to constrict around complexity. Positioning is definitely showing it. They've got complete control of their jungle in a big way, and now they're going to be committing on the They want to be trying to bring it down. Boy, pops the pipe. He needs a bit of that magic damage, unfortunately, overwhelming, and he will be falling 50 seconds now with no Jakiro. That has created an opening, but again, Night Stalker. Dark is going to be used here by ZFreek, which is going to be limiting the vision for DC and limiting their options.
But that puts Roche up, and now they're going to see it, so. They can take pretty quick with Solar Crest and all the physical damage they do, but it looks like they're going to try to go for a tier 2 tower instead.
Pressure it down. I mean, Abed picked up his Magnum Scepter quite some time ago, so he's got those extra bursts to do a bit of damage. That's really going to help his damage output, but now we might see the team fight about to kick off. So far being very passive. Now we're finally see a kick off. Force snap back. Limmp wants to try and stay alive. Arctic Burn from MoonMeander is slowing down. So much damage already from the siege group as well, really helping to do a lot of work into it. But DC, they choose to back off, disengage for the time being at least.
That's helpful. You're not.
Mason really wants to fight this. I mean, it is very much a showdown between these two teams. Whoever wants to get a better initiation in. It feels like neither side has the real balls to make it happen, but this top lane is getting ratted in. That Hellbear Smasher just really doing a number on these creeps at the top.
Helmet down there, man. It's so good for doing things like this. Like DC actually had to leave their lane because the Viper was pushing the lane with the Hellbear. That's pretty much it. He was there before the fight started. That's where he TP'd from, but just one little creep makes all the difference. You can play Chen basically.
Like those really long games. See? Oh, Courier Snipe. Where did that come from? Was that Bulba again?
Yeah, it was Bulba here. He hit it. It was in there. I don't know. He reached it with those little crab arms. Not quite sure.
He does have wings.
The new MSS showdown once again.
Oh, the coil was committed there as well. Now the macro fight. Use that ethereal jaunt to just get right behind him right now. Moo might be in trouble. Stunned up. Kyle is there now. Oh,
they got him.
Captain now, MSS though, he's going to be drawn, Ethereal phasing out of there, Ethereal drawn forwards. Everyone as well, just to heal himself up.
Try to catch the bird's skull. I think Moo played that one pretty well. He needed a little bit more damage to get that kill.
It's going down rapidly. I mean, they got the negative armor. Solar Crest is really just destroying him right now, and there's no potential like Mason did not deny at that time, thank God. And we may see Team 5 actually off, potentially in the vicinity. Abed though is going to get on bit up with that Viper strike. Now the Qualifier just saving Abed. Very good. He might be okay. Icing. Back around. It'll be a fine with so don't ZFreek falls down. See the coils connected. Chessie controlled up. Will be calling this one from the backline. Now they can start to focus on this fight. It's really good. Move. Might for the time being, Ice Path is going to be avoided from the stage here. From MSS, he might just fall from natural fire. He does, but basically come on top with the double kill. A much better team fight coming out by TC. They are going to be very, very happy to
Yeah, that was a pretty tough one. The Visage almost went down. Maybe it was a mistake. I think the Lycan could have ran in to kill the Visage, but I think he's really worried about the Monkey Kingles. But the problem is they got too split up. The Night Stalker was trapped in the Roshan pit, and there's supports switch to the left. And once they got that spread out, it was difficult for them to organize and kill the same person. So almost went so well for them though. But they lost all their important heroes. Just supports left over.
Mason's just bought his BKB as well, so going to be even harder to kill this. Coming up to fighting. Look at how fast this tier 3 is falling. You know, they don't want to try back to defend this one. Mason is manning up, so already happy to be the 3. Another familiar to do a bit of damage onto this. Reset it. Right. No stuff on Chessie force for the time being. Now they want to try and assault this up. Chessie will pop in a shapeshift once they move into the they have a lot of catch potential there, but again, that's not going to be catching. Now the Arcane Curse is going to be beating down on the ZFreek. Might just bring him down for them. The heals not quite enough. Mason now back into the fight. Wolf on command comes out. Chessie will fall. Double kill for him. The Pipe of Insight pops up on the move, but realistically, what could you do when you got a monkey just beating down in your face? Mason found the strike, lays it down quite low. Back off for the time being, but again, another one team by here for TC. Looking so good for them. MSS even catches him up with this Yules, lays down the Dream Core. This is looking disastrous for Complexity right now. Ice Path will connect on the 3 targets, but they're back into the fight. Once again, Bulba lays down the Impale, moves so with no mana to work with. He's going down. Limmp is next. Farmer Strike keeps him in place. Along with that, chain stunning for days. It's going to be an easy tier 3 tower for them. They'll just poke it down even though they are relatively weak.
That's not good for Bulba. They're just kind of winning team fight after team fight. They're not getting the kills they need. They're not executing perfectly here. It just kind of looks like DC's rolling over them here. Tier 3 is dead, but they respawn at least. One of the downsides of being behind is that you're going to respawn a lot more rapidly than you expect. Ooh, that's going to be a ZFreek kill. No Graven time.
MSS, he wants more. He's drawn himself forwards, ends up laying it down. The Impale, overwhelming damage. And there you have it. Good game, well played. Complexity out of the running. DC going to be moving forward in the lower bracket here. For the Northern Americans, don't get the qualifier.
Kind of close in a couple aspects.